Intro music. And we're live.
All right.
Welcome everyone online and welcome everyone here. We're going to kick it over to Mr. Drew Gregory.
Let's go. We are here at the Fiesta on the Susky for the Kayak Adventure Series presented by GoPro right here in Towanda, Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's a town you've hardly ever heard of in conjunction with the Susquehanna, but you might hear more about it after this awards presentation because despite flooded and heavy torrential downpours and rains from hurricane, tropical storm, depression, Debbie, this was not a Debbie Downer. You guys who fished this event had a lot of fun. And give it up for yourselves for getting out there and challenging yourself. Yeah. In some very, very tough conditions. So we've got people to thank, and we're going to get right to it and get this awards going so we can get out and celebrate the winners and find out who took this thing. So, yeah, thanks to you guys who showed up to the Bash U Brunch. We kind of had to move that to today, but thank you guys for showing up to the Bash U Brunch, and thank you to Bash University for sponsoring the Bash U Brunch. Appreciate them. It's a great resource to go learn, go get signed up and subscribe to Bash University, and you can get more of what you saw here today. So thanks to Jeff Little and Hans for being up here on our roundtable today, and thanks to Bobby Roastbeef from Jigs and Bigs podcast for being our MC, if you will, host of the roundtable. So appreciate that. Next up, we've got GoPro. GoPro, of course, is the presenting sponsor of the Kayak Adventure Series. We couldn't do it without them. They believe in us. They believe in our vision. They believe in this cool concept that we're in these old historic theaters. You guys are comfortable, right? You're having drinks, you're having food. It's been a good time, air conditioning. Really cool to have a standard location, a standard place to always have awards for kayak fishing tournaments. And most importantly, I know it may have been tough for some in this event, but not that tough because GoPros are waterproof, right? And a lot of action cameras. And our smartphones to actually film yourself and get that footage to us, which many of you guys did. And we're going to show some cool footage on the big screen here today of those exciting catches. Hey, we may not be able to have live cameras on us because it is a little bit tough in a kayak, to do that in kayak fishing tournaments. But you guys are the media. You're the anglers. You're the media. You're covering yourself. And GoPro is the best way to do that. Let's watch this short video.
Ooh, this is going to be so cool. Ooh, this is gonna be smooth.
And a special thanks to Yak Rods. And we've got a video here from Yak Rods on a new product that they just introduced at ICAST. Let's check it out. That's a pretty sweet product. If you're a beginner, especially on rivers like this and tough conditions, certainly as you're getting near branches and limbs, you can lose rod, so it's cool to have that. What I think is pretty cool about it actually is that little magnet, they have a new track mounted magnet. And all you have to do is put that magnet on your track and you stick the rod in there and it's literally your rod holder. No more bulky rod holders. You just need that magnet and it sticks your rod straight up in the air or whatever angle you want to adjust it to. You can adjust it. So it's pretty cool. And you're going to see more features with that technology coming in the future from Yak Rods. So thank you to Yak Rods, Tandy, and the entire team at Yak Rods for supporting us at the Kayak Adventure Series. And speaking of supporting us, how about the tourism here at Bradford County, Pennsylvania? I mean, they really, yeah. I mean, for what we had to deal with the conditions, the rain, and just putting their best foot forward, and they're showing the real true, I think, attitude and of this town, of the people and the spirit of the town and the city, that nothing's going to stop us from having a good time. And they certainly rolled out the red carpet, and appreciate them and all they've done, including providing all of that food today for the Bash U brunch. So that was pretty awesome of them to cover that for all of you guys as well. And a lot of you guys participated and contributed to that with your contributions to the Bash U brunch. So if you haven't contributed, you're welcome to, but they honestly just covered it all. So thanks for the support of that Bash U brunch. And thank you to Bradford County and Robin from the tourism department who has brought us here. And we will definitely come back at some point, and I'm going to come back with my family in a couple months to see the fall colors. So I know how many of you guys just really enjoyed this area and thought it was really cool. You pre-fished, yeah, when the water was lower. How many people just smashed it pre-fishing and just enjoyed it so much when the water was down, and for at least half of your day in the tournament, at least half of the day? So I know everyone did so well in practice and just love the area so much. And so thank you guys. So next up, we're going to thank more people. We're going to thank the 3 clubs that teamed up with us here. I know that the Kayak Anglers and the Slay Nation had to cancel their joint event. They just didn't feel like it was going to be the smart decision or safe decision. But, thanks to Keystone Bass, because the Keystone Bass Kayak Series and Ryan Van Tyne and you guys, you were able to say, you know what, we can zig and zag along with the Kayak Adventure Series and make a one-day event on Friday. And we appreciate all 3 of these clubs and what they do locally here in Pennsylvania, New York, in this area. We appreciate you guys. So thanks so much for everything and bringing that event. And who won? Well, we won't say who won. We'll talk later about who won your event yesterday, because who knows, they might be winners of this event. But I know your awards were last night at the Flying Taco, Ryan, and hope you guys had a good time over there. So thank you guys and local clubs. Oh, Bonafide Kayaks. This is the presenting kayak manufacturer for the Fiesta On The Susky. And as you guys know and have been contributing so much, and I wish my wife was here, because she usually takes account of how much money in raffle tickets we've sold. And we could announce the exact amount of money. But I have a feeling we could have probably topped more money here donated to pediatric cancer through the Punt Foundation than any other stop, even though we had less people due to the storm. So you guys give yourself a round of applause for supporting pediatric cancer through the Bonafide raffle and RVR 119 that we're going to be giving away at the end. Yes?
So we definitely hit the price of the kayak. I don't know the exact amount, but we had 3 people donate their entire entry to the raffle.
Awesome. 3 people donated their entire entry when they decided they weren't going to come due to the weather. They donated their entire entry to that. So that's pretty awesome. So thanks you guys for doing that. Thanks to Bonafide. Thanks to Hans. He's been around here hanging out with you guys all week. And he'll be up here at the end of the show to draw that raffle ticket. And we'll see who walks away with that beautiful RVR 119, which is awesome for the rivers, just like the Susquehanna. I'm not going to say all these. I tried that one time and it bored everyone to death. But during the presentation, you're going to get gift cards, and we're going to have categories named after these sponsors. And you can see anybody on this screen. I'll back up so you can see everybody. These are the companies who support us. And essentially, they're supporting you guys, and they care about kayak fishing. So let's try to keep our fun, in the family, guys, with these companies. We can't do it without them at all. We cannot do it. So appreciate that. And they just like you guys are believing in this concept and what we have going on here. And I think when you leave here, we're all going to just be one step further and closer to this entire concept and what it can be. It's great now, but man, you can just tell the sky is the limit for this sort of concept. Lakes, rivers and bounds, creeks, accessing anywhere that's publicly that you can just do on any given Saturday, Sunday. And why you got a kayak? live scope, power poles, fish finders in lakes, whatever you want to do, 3 rods, a simple setup in a creek. It's all welcome here. We welcome each one of you guys, the diversity of you as a person and you as an angler, what you choose. So that is what these companies all believe in with us. And we love bass boat fishing. That's great, but we also realize we're different, and we want to make sure we emphasize that because the kayak is definitely different. All right, what's next?
And now it's the moment that everyone's been waiting for. Let's get the show started and give away some trophies, prizes. Start with the micro bag.
Oh, yeah, the micro bag. So the micro bag, guys, is the 5 smallest fish. And a lot of people use this as just a mini insurance policy. And basically that's where if your day's not going great on the macro bag side of things, the big 5 fish, you might want to switch gears to the micro bag. And other people have figured out if I just enter the micro bag or if I just focus my efforts on it, then I have a better chance of winning it. And it's a winner-take-all category, $25, that's it. And we'll see who is in 3rd place starting it out here, 5 smallest fish, minimum of 5 inches. Let's see, 3rd place, Jose I'm going to mess this up, Woodenet. Yeah, come on, Jose, is he here? Jose here, did he make it back to the awards? I don't know if he's here, he may not have made it. But he is in 3rd place, and he will get the tallest of the beautiful catch trophies, the tallest of the micro bag trophies. It goes, tallest to smallest here. So he will get that whenever we can get that to him. All right. Remember, minimum of 5 inches. The maximum you could ever get is 25 inches. That's the holy grail bag that no one's ever got. People, I think 31 inches may have been our previous record, and we'll see if we can beat that here today. What is it? Oh, 37.5. 37.5 is our previous record. Sorry, 37.5. That's why I can keep these guys around. Thank you, Jake. Next up, 2nd place. Let's see who is 2nd place in the micro bag. Josh Brewer, 29.25 inches. Josh Brewer. That is a micro bag, but it's just 2nd place. So Josh is not here, it doesn't look like. I don't think so. So he'll get the 2nd place trophy. We'll get that to you, Josh. Glenda, you are in 1st place again, the micro queen, Glenda Celestino. Come up on this side. Yeah.
That is a record.
Not surprised. A new record of 28.75 inches. 28.75 inches, and I believe your 3rd? Is this right? This is your 3rd micro bag win? A 3-peat? 3 in a row? Wow, Glenda, that's incredible. I high-five that. Come up here a little bit. Let's get in this light. Let's talk just real quick. So I think it's this fork. No, here we go. We got some cord. So tell me about this micro bag. How in the world do you catch these small fish? Do you target them the whole time, or do you? Yeah.
I just happened to be in the area where they just bit right away. So I thought, okay, I'll take care of micro bag, and then I'll start fishing for the bigger fish later.
Oh, so the opposite. You went micro bag first. That was your priority, and then you were going to get big fish. So that was interesting, and it's paying off. Winner take all. So I believe your total this time, Jake. Do we have that total? We have approximately that total. Do you remember the checks over here? It's somewhere in the $275 range for your micro bag win. You won $500 at the last event. So, and then the previous one, you probably won another almost $300. So you're up to probably around like, I don't know, $1,200 or $1,300, $1,400 in micro bag winnings. And I'm going to declare this right now. You are the micro queen. We're going to call you the micro queen, Glenda Celestino. So high five. And next slide, we'll see a brand new record on the smallest micro bag fish ever in the Kayak Adventure Series. We'll see that picture right here. I think it's the next slide. We'll see.
I think that one's going to stick around a while.
Yes, 5 inches is the record. But now, can you do 5 inches?
I lost
5
two that
inches.
would have been 5 inches.
Well, tell us while they're getting that slide going. How do you catch these fish?
It was on the micro Z-Man finesse.
Okay.
So
Micro finesse, Z-Man micro finesse bait. There's your 5 incher, and it's impressive. You didn't even use the one finger maximum on the fish to hold them down. I'm very impressed that you're able to do so well in this.
It's
and
very hard. It was raining so hard. The catch board was filling up with water. You got to drain it out before I can put the fish on there.
So your fish is swimming off the catch board. I've heard of your fish flopping off the catch board. Now her fish are swimming off in the miniature little pool, that river that it was creating thanks to Tropical Storm Debbie. But she said she caught her fish on the Z-Man Micro Finesse Bait, which is awesome because they are a headline sponsor, as you notice, of the micro bag division. So it pays to go get those micro finesse baits, including the new worms, the micro worms that Z-Man came out with. That's my favorite. I just got that. That's a pretty cool bait. Which micro bait are you liking the best?
It's a little shad.
Oh, yeah, it's a little shad, the little teeny shad, little swim bait.
Yep.
So I love that one. Good job. High five.
Thanks.
And we will see you probably at the next event, microbagging yet again. Oh, wait, stay up here. I think you have one more thing. Next slide. I think Glenda's up here for one more thing. The Lady Angler Division. Guess who? Glenda Celestino. You may have been our only Lady Angler, but it doesn't discredit that you are the top Lady Angler again. So I don't know if you need another one of those certificates, but I think you're good. So good job, Glenda. Presented by the Women's Fishing Federation. Now let's get into the Crescent Kids Division, presented by Crescent Kayaks and 5 Star Heating and Air. Thanks to Kevin Pudalovich from 5 Star Heating and Air, which is a local regional heating and air company. So this is a very, very important event for that company, for his business. He's a kayak angler. I met him on the Susquehanna River at an event a few years ago, and we kind of just hit it off, became friends. And he just said, hey, man, I know I'm not a national company, but I want to support this kayak adventure series, and I want to support the youth. And he pitched in and became a sponsor of the events. We appreciate that from Kevin. So if you're anywhere in this area, and I don't know, if there was a flood, maybe that would have happened, and your HVAC would get flooded because it's in your basement or something, your sump pump's not working, guess who you should be calling if you're in this area? 5 Star Heating and Air. Kevin and the gang will get you taken care of. So, and your insurance will pay for it, hopefully. But, all right, next, let's see who took the Crescent Kids Division. Owen Miller with a nice 71-inch bag. Where's Owen? Come on up over here, Owen. That's a nice total. Yeah, come on up. You can get on the stage this side right here. And, Owen, it's very impressive, man. We were watching you come up the leaderboard all day long, catching fish, and very confident. I was a little bit like, wow, man, Owen's, I believe, is it 12 years old? 12. And I'm like, man, he's going to go out in these tough conditions where a lot of other people were backing out and scared and all that or whatever. And then, rightfully so. I'm not saying they shouldn't have been scared, but you had no fear. You went out there with your dad and you just took down 71 inches of fish. We'll find out where that puts you in the actual overall division. But man, how'd you catch them?
Gold shiner jackhammer all day. Nothing else.
Wow. Yeah. Gold shiner jackhammer. It sounds to me like this guy has been watching some Jeff Little or Jody Queen videos on the internet. But either way, that's been a star bait, shining star bait for Jeff Little on this river. So any other crazy surprises or anything happen out there that you might have caught while you were out there?
25-inch catfish.
So the catfish will eat the jackhammer too. Let's see if we have a picture of that. I'm not sure. I think we might have a picture here. Let's see what you got on that jackhammer. Anything bites a jackhammer, everything. Whoa, there we go. A big cat on the jackhammer. How fun was that to fight in a kayak?
Fun. Throwing me around for about 5 minutes. And then later in the day I caught another probably 20-inch on the same jackhammer.
Wow. So they'll hit it in that muddy water when they get aggressive. So we've got a trophy here for you. I've also got some gift cards for you. So I've got a Dark Horse Tackle gift card. We've got a $25 Yak Attack gift card. And we've got a Real Tree Fishing tackle bag. And I believe that's it, except for your trophy, which we know you are the winner. So if I can find that here, I'll hand you your trophy. And you can walk off the stage this way. And you'll have this beautiful trophy. You can hold that up and let's get a picture together, or right here. So you can hold that up and show it to everybody. So there you go. He's going to get a picture right here. Awesome. You're our champ, dude, in the kids division. Good job, man. Next up, the Aggressively Average Anglers are sponsoring a category that we love to call the, most average, the average Joe. So basically, this is the angler that finished in the dead middle of the pack. You are the most average of anyone here at this tournament. And this particular tournament doesn't mean you won't win the next one or be dead last at the next one. We don't know. Actually, if you win the next one, you probably will be dead last at the next one after that, which will keep you at average. But Aggressively Average Anglers, you guys go check them out. Those guys are Jeff and Paul, make amazing content on social media and YouTube, and we appreciate them donating some swag to send to the most average Joe here. Let's find out who it is at this event. Billy Chambers. Come on, Billy. We can get you away from the computer. So you just come up here, walk across the stage, give me a high five, and we'll get you that swag. Maybe it's a hoodie or a hat, t-shirt. I don't know what you'll get, but it'll be average no matter what. I know that.
I'll spend an average amount of time on stage.
Average amount of time on the stage, and he's off. Boom. Getting this thing rolling. Yeah. You can stay there if you want to hit that stuff. That's good. Bobby roast beef right on time with the ching. All right, on to the X2 team division presented by X2 Power. We appreciate them. And the winner of this division will get a couple of the new X2 battery banks, battery boxes. I can't remember exactly. Power station. That's what they're called, the power stations. Let's find out who is the third place team. Or actually, we might have a video. I'm not sure first. Yeah, short video from X2.
In the world of battery power, compromise elsewhere.
X2 Power, demand it. All right, let's find out who is going to take home a little cash. Little cash. Who likes a little cash? We all do. And third place, the River Rats, 153 3/4 inches. That's Nate Hall and Aaron Proper. Come on up right here. Coming up this side. You can walk down here. Yep. Come on up. Team River Rats. And indeed they are. These guys know how to fish the rivers. They know a thing or two about lakes as well. I've seen both of you guys do well on lakes. But Team River Rats for the third place, and they're going to win a little cash and a trophy. So good job. High five. Real quick, we will just ask you guys, anything you want to say? Anybody want to, let's just talk to Aaron first. How did it go out there, man?
It was rough. I didn't really have a plan. I didn't pre-fish at all. So I just, kind of looked at a map, threw a dart,
Went for it.
Looked for something that, looked familiar to my home water, and knew that I could make something happen before the rain hit. So
Nice.
Got a few before and a few after. So
yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Anything you want to add to that? You guys got 153 3/4. So anything you want to add, Nate?
Not much. Came out and pre-fished Thursday, found one area that I thought would still hold fish as the water rose, and that one area did, and that was it for me that day. So.
Yep. You guys fish together or separate?
Separate.
You fish totally separate, but your scores combined, and you guys are third place. So I need you guys to take these trophies right here. And third place team, there's one. Beautiful trophies from Catch. And yeah, you're our third place team. Congrats. Give it up for them, guys. Yeah, buddy. Tell you what, guys, it's going pretty smooth. We've done a few of these now. We've got some bugs worked out. It's going pretty smooth. You guys are doing a great job. And let's move on to second place team, Team Raccoon Creek Outfitters, Team RCO, 154 1/4. 154 1/4. That's Robert Weicker and Dustin Hoy. Never heard of those guys, but here they are. Representing Team Raccoon Creek. No, they're well known in the industry, and Raccoon Creek Outfitters is the official sponsor of the Kayak Adventure Series podcast, which is a weekly podcast and live stream that you can watch on our YouTube and Facebook page. We recap all the fun stuff and the festivities from all the events and preview this stuff. So congrats to you guys, man. You're doing well. Who knows where this is going to put you in the AOI standings for the team of the year, which of course will be decided at Broodstock in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So did you guys fish together or separate? How'd it go?
We fish together.
They fished together. So, and that was the plan. And did you guys talk to each other a lot, communicate and help each other? Or were you concerned that, I don't know if I want to help him, he's also in the individual division, he could leapfrog me if I give too much information? Or did you take the opposite approach that, hey, worst it could do is leapfrog me by one person and help us in teams? So how'd it go?
We actually fished together really well. We communicated back and forth and kind of kept an eye on each other, especially with the high waters coming up. So we was kind of keeping an eyesight, make sure that one of us didn't have trouble, and
That was smart,
Go
yeah.
For a swim.
Safety first, which we obviously emphasize at this event by putting you guys on the water on Friday and communicating with everybody here about that's the most important thing. So that was smart, safety first, and you guys crushed it. Anything you want to talk about on how you caught them? I mean, how'd you catch them, Robert?
Practice, I caught him on a spinnerbait on wood. Tournament day, I caught him on a jackhammer on nothing.
Jackhammer, nothing. I'm going to call that current seams, possibly some current seams. How'd you catch them?
I found actually just a little backwater that had a little bit of clarity and hit them all slow rolling a spinnerbait across the bottom.
Yeah.
And basically all of them within just a few minutes. It was just one after another.
Nice.
So,
Nice. Good muddy water techniques. Hey, you represent Bonafide. It's cool. It's just, you're fishing out of a Bonafide, right? You're in the, which one were you in, the RVR?
I was in the RVR today and he was in the SKF yesterday.
Yeah. Awesome. So, hey, that's fitting that you guys were in the Bonafide, and this is the event that Bonafide is the sponsor of in terms of our kayak manufacturer, the headline sponsor for the kayak manufacturer. So awesome testament to that boat and what it can do in moving water. So congrats, guys. High five. Let's get those trophies. And afterwards, I'll give you guys your checks. So you'll get checks afterwards, guys. I got them here for you. So do not leave without a check. We want you guys. Yeah, pictures will be afterwards in the lobby. That's right. Good reminder, Jake. All right, let's find out first place. Who's it going to be, guys, for the team division? Loveland, Team Loveland Canoe and Kayak, Ryan Parker and Steve Baker. Wow, they got a couple good finishes now as well for that Team of the Year race, which is going to come down to the wire. One more event left, the Wisconsin River Fest, Sauk Prairie, Wisconsin. And then Broodstock, the score that you guys get at Broodstock will be combined with your best 2 scores to make 3 total, and we'll see how it shakes out. So you guys will take these trophies here. I'll go ahead and hand them to you. Oops. I don't know. We'll get them sorted out later. We may have handed out the wrong ones on accident. So, oh, here we are. Here they are. Thanks. That's why I need an assistant. Yes, the big blue ones here. So, yeah. All right, guys. So you got to talk to us a little bit. We may talk to you guys a little bit more later. So don't give away everything. Don't say everything. But you guys had 171.75. And Jake, can you remind me what was second place? So this is pretty much, it's kind of a blowout here for the team. So it wasn't even close. You guys were both on some fish. And did you guys fish together, separate? What was your strategy on this team?
We fished together. We decided to literally go with the flow. I think that helped us. We covered what? I mean,
No pun intended. Go with the flow. Bobby roast beef, boom, hit it. I'm just kidding.
We do have a good video.
We got a video. Let's go. After Steve talks, we're going to show a video. Steve, what was your thoughts and just concerning and pertaining to the team division? How did you communicate in pre-fishing? What were you guys strategizing? How do you work together as a team to pull off all these top finishes?
Yeah, the biggest thing with this was there was, in pre-fishing and some past history here, there is a decent amount of dead water that you kind of need to get through. So we both had the game plan to cover just a massive amount of miles yesterday. We did just under 34 and basically hitting really teeny tiny spots that were producing. So that was the game plan going into it.
So 34 miles in one day, in the whole long day. Yeah. So you guys had 6:30 a.m. fishing to 7 p.m. And they finished 2 hours early. So this could be a new record. Someone mark this in the record books for a one-day tournament fishing. And what happened when you got back to your truck at the end of the day?
It was in about 2.5 feet of water. It was starting to creep into the cab. Fortunately, it fired up right away. I was able to drop it in 4 low and chug out. But I mean, at one point, the hood was underwater.
So good thing you finished up early and got up. Yeah, you got off the water early at mile 34 instead of mile whatever. So yeah, got done early. And let's see that video. Let's see what the boys have cooked up for us. What you guys took for us. Appreciate you guys taking video and sending it our way. That's what it's all about. Team Loveland! Team Loveland! That's perfect.
Keep repeating it.
All right. Well, congrats, guys. You can go take a seat, and we'll maybe see you back up here. And don't forget to get your checks when it's all said and done. All right. We didn't really promote this a whole lot to begin this event because you guys had enough on your plate to worry about picking up trash in the river when you're fishing a river that's beginning to rise and eventually get to flood stage. So we didn't really push this hard. Didn't want to kind of But some people actually still knew this was a category, and they actually picked up trash. Because of that, we're still going to give away an Omnia gift card. So let's do it. Let's find out who was the winner. The Tackle for Trash, Brian Butcher, who got, come on up, Brian, real quick, and I'll give you your gift card. So Brian, you told me a story about this trash. You picked it up. It's amazing. He's trying to stay dry. He's got this hurricane or whatever, tropical storm, and he's still concerned about picking up all the trash that's floating down the river along with his fishing. But you told me a story about that Gatorade bottle, and here's your gift card, by the way. But I want to know, I want you to tell it to the folks here at home, too.
The river was up 4 feet. This is probably 10 minutes till 7, and this Gatorade bottle comes down by me, and I'm looking at this. Oh, it's really? So I pick it up, and I look at it. It says, "You could win."
If you go back to the photo, you can see that. It says, "You could win" on that Gatorade bottle, and it's floating up right at him saying, "You could win." And so
I do this every tournament. I was in between an island. There was some clear water
Yeah.
before it started getting up and muddy, and there's this. I picked up a bait pin and a golf ball and a bobber and some kind of safety pin, and they were all real close to each other. So could have been a yard sale. I don't know.
Yeah. I need to get that bobber from me. I know we threw that away, but we need to dig in that trash. It was in a Ziploc bag, and get that bobber for my son, Theo. He collects bobbers. He's up to about 20 something now. So we need to get that one back and give it to Theo and kind of recycle that trash, if you will. But thanks to Omnia Fishing for sponsoring the Omnia Tackle for Trash. And congratulations, and thank you for picking that up. We want to leave the area better than we found it, so thank you so much. What's next? Oh, the Far Wide Angler of the Year. So this is going to be leading into our Torquedo individual division, but I'm going to explain the Far Wide app. We talked about it at Thursday's seminar that I put on, Thursday's seminar, and it's a great app to use to help you figure out, do research and study, and go check it out, Far Wide. Farwide.com, and you're going to win in the Angler of the Year race. The Upco, the winner will win an Upco bike. You guys have been test driving it out there. How many people test rode that, and how fun was that? So it's pretty cool. It's a $5,000 bike, and the Angler of the Year is winning a prize package over $10,000. So it's your top 2 finishes at the Kayak Adventure Series regular season, which is 5 events. This was number 4. We got one more left, the Wisconsin River Fest, September 6th and 7th. And your best 2 of those 5 combined with your brood stock, which is the name of our finale. It's an open event. It's a finale. It's not a championship you have to qualify for. Bowling Green, Kentucky. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's all going to come down to that, and that's the bike you're going to win. So go check out that bike. It's pretty cool. And, of course, all these prizes here from all the sponsors. Someone's about to take the Kayak Cushion hot seat. Someone's going to win the Big Bass Bling we got right here. Someone could even put on a Cross Kick Century belt. This is the Susquehanna. You could get 100 inches with 5 fish, thanks to Cross Kicks and those shoes that are so comfortable for being a sponsor of that, which, by the way, the Century Belt's awesome. It's got places for your drinks on either side. So if anyone wins that, you got to keep it on tonight at the Flying Taco. And all these things, you got to keep them on at the Flying Taco if you come back to the after party. And everybody up here in the individual division will win a medal. We'll medal you on stage. The top 10 will get a medal because they made the top 10. All the top 10 in Kayak Adventure Series get a medal for being top 10. All right, let's see what happens in the Torquedo individual division. Torquedo is a great sponsor, a great motor, rock solid. It's helped me win a lot of events. It helped a lot of you guys out there, so appreciate their support. And let's see before we get into it, let's see a couple highlights from some anglers that didn't quite make the top 10, but they submitted footage. Thank you guys for doing that, because that's what we asked to make this presentation even more exciting here at the theater. Carlisle Esterly hooks up. That's a nice one. Looks like a little current seam fish, a little bit of a Robert Weicker, caught him with nothing, sort of out in the middle on a current seam. Not a particular wood, grass, boulder, nothing like that, just out there on the current seam. We just talked about that in the Bash U Brunch. There he goes, scoops it up. Nice net job. Awesome. I think that was a 16 and a half. Is that right? I think that was a 16 and a half. Confirm or deny if you're out there somewhere. 16. Good fish. Oh, there's the Chris English's truck was almost a Ryan Parker situation there. So that's cool. Let's see the GoPro biggest bass. Billiam, is that a William Chambers, aka Willie Kayaks? So, aka Billy Kayaks, Billy Willie, whatever it is. It looks like you might be the GoPro biggest bass. There's a question mark. What's up with this question mark? This is the biggest bass captured on GoPro at the event. Well, what's going on here? There's no audio. Is this a time lapse, Billy? Did you have your GoPro accidentally in time lapse mode?
I'm average GoPro user as well. I think it was the rain. I think all the water, I don't know what it
The rain, it was definitely the rain. It was hard to film, I'm sure, with the rain.
I checked the rules before I submitted it. It just said GoPro video of the biggest bass.
So you made the time lapse.
Specify
What are you eating, a Pop-Tart? What is that? What are you doing? Wait, there was something there. Oh, I don't know if you can slow that down, but I did see a fish catch. I don't know if you can scrub back or if that's just is what it is, but dude, get up here, Billy. Walk across the stage one more time. I got to hand you something. Because you captured, we'll make an exception this time. You know, we're paying out extra places for even a lot of the people that, you know, did unfortunately have to back out. We're paying out the extra places, and we're also going to still accept this as that was the biggest bass caught on GoPro footage or any smartphone or action camera footage. So we're going to give you Hero 12 Black to continue to encourage you guys out there to film. Yeah, high five. To film. When being average pays off. So you're average at the angler and you're average at the GoPro footage, but it pays off because, again, the rules didn't say it had to be, you know, in a certain format of footage, and that you got it. So you guys out there for Wisconsin, pay attention now. Or Broodstock, pay attention now. A 17-inch fish just won a Hero 12 Black, and all he had to do was record it and get it on camera at every tournament. At the very beginning of this, we started something that was at the Shoalipalooza, where if you the big bass of the tournament, the big bass, the actual big bass, the one that wins the big bass bling, is captured on GoPro. We're going to give a Hero 12 Black. But then we decided, you know what? And that actually happened at the Shoalipalooza because Aaron actually did film the big bass of the event. And then we said, we just want to give the biggest bass captured on film to somebody to encourage people to film, because it's kind of maybe rare that you would be filming and get the biggest bass of the event. But now it just needs to be just a 17 possibly. So keep that in mind, guys, for future events. Go get a smart action camera. Yeah, I can clap for that if you want. So good job, Billy.
Thanks.
Yeah, man. All right. Next up. There you go. Jake at the button. All right. So Mark Bradford, you, it looks like, are up here in 10th place. So come on up. Mark Bradford. Where's Mark Bradford? Making the stage. Mark Bradford barely. Paying out 8. Well, paying out. Yes, but. Come on up. Come on up. So listen, we're paying out 8 in cash, but we're paying out Mark. Come on, Mark. And yeah, there he is. Come on. We're going to pay you out in a prize. So even though pay you out in prize, and you get your medal here, so you can put that around your neck if you want, or hang on to it. And then we're going to give you a choice of $100 Yakutaf gift card or this GoPro backpack, stash backpack. So which one do you choose?
I'll take the backpack.
He's going to take the GoPro backpack, which is pretty sweet because it's like a dry bag backpack, and you can store all your stuff in it. It's actually got the GoPro mount right here for when you're hiking and wading and filming yourself with this bag and you're tackling it. You could film yourself from that strap. It's really cool and it's waterproof, so that's an awesome bag.
Wet clothes in it.
Yeah, wet clothes. Who knows what you can put in it. So congratulations, Mark. Any comment on the area or the time you've had here?
I love rivers, you know me. So yeah, I paddle, so I just dropped in, did a float.
Yep.
And was hoping I could get a ride back to my truck at the end of the day. So I was basically out there by myself all day. So what's that? We saw a black bear swimming at us at the ramp. That was cool.
Yep.
And
that's awesome.
That was a little nerve-wracking, but it was cool. So yeah, I had a good time. I caught all my fish in slack water with a black and blue chatterbait. So
nice. We actually saw you catch one too. We were close by when you floated past us, and we got. I don't know if we were able to get the drone up or not. It was raining pretty hard, but I do want to say this. This is what's impressive. So you're retired now. You're taking it easy. But dude, you were out there longer than, some people obviously stayed till 7, but a lot of you guys, said, hey, it's flooded. I'm done. I'm getting off the water. I called you and said, hey man, we're at the Flying Taco. We're having a good time. Why don't you come on over? And he says to me, because I assumed he was off the water already, right? I assumed. And it's like 5 something. We've got a couple hours left. And he goes, dude, I just caught a couple fish and it's flooded. The river's already like just mud. I just caught a couple. I found them. I just lost an 18 at the boat. I'm calling. And he's like, still going strong. I was like, man, I haven't heard anyone catching. We should actually find out when this is over, the last time someone caught a fish, not in any of the lakes, or that one lake, I guess it was still fishable, but in the river, when the last time stamp was that a fish was caught in the river, because it could have been Mark. He was out there going strong. So let's give it up for Mark. Good job, man. Thank you. High five. That's pretty cool. That's a nice fish there. 17 1/4. Look how he got that to barely touch. Oh, we got a video. We do have a video for Mark. Yeah, let's play that video. You can take a seat right there, Mark, because you're going to come up and get your check later. Or no, sorry, you got to.
It looks like it's got a dead eye. 17 1/4. I'm going to show you how I let it go. Piece of living. One eye Willie.
One eye Willie.
Go, baby, go. And it swims off.
That was pretty cool. And that video, per the rules, if you have a fish that looks like it's dead or a glossy eye or anything like that, you are supposed to get a video release of it, just in case we ask for it and we question if that fish was actually dead or not, you know what I mean? So that was smart for him to do that. So moving on to the next place, we're actually going to do something special. There was no day 2 dark horse because there was no day 2. So what we decided to do is give that prize, that dark horse tackle box, to 9th place. Since we're paying out 8 places, we got Mark the prize. We're going to give a prize to 9th place to the dark horse tackle box. So day 2 dark horse is Dwight Bartlett in 9th place at 80 3/4 inches. Where's Dwight? Here he is. Come on up. Appreciate the guys at Dark Horse for putting on that, category, because basically it's for the person who jumps the most places from day 1 to day 2. And that actually is kind of nice, because if you skunk or you just can't get on the water on Friday, on the typical Kayak Adventures Friday afternoon session on day 2, you might be at 0, but you can move up the most places. It gives you the best chance to move up further. And obviously that didn't happen here, but we're giving you the prize. So congratulations, and let's give you your medal and tell us about your experience here.
Well, I headed over actually to the lake to try to microbag first thing in the morning, and then I was going to head up to meet some guys on the river. And my first 25 casts in the morning, I caught a fish. Every single cast. And my intention was to do 1 lap of the river, but I had 80 inches by the time I got around the lake. So I just decided I didn't really need to go to the river. So, and by that time it was flooding up there anyway.
So you were catching these fish that got you the 80 inches on the microbag strategy, the microbag baits, or did you just say, dude, I'm scrapping microbag. Glenda can just have it.
I scrapped the microbag, and actually later in the afternoon, I decided I would go, I'll try to microbag again. I threw on a couple of Z-Man micros, and the smallest fish I could actually catch in that lake was 12 inches.
Wow. All right. So good thing we put that in balance, man. That was cool. The Kayak Adventure Series, at every stop, we've always had lakes and rivers in balance. This is the one stop that we didn't have any flat water options because we just didn't think we would ever need it. And of course, Tropical Storm Debbie changed that. So it's cool we were able to put those in, and you were able to do a smart strategy by going there. So congratulations. And we'll get you your information and get you that Dark Horse tackle box. Thank you, guys. Give it up for them. Yeah. Now
to get the order, we're going to get started with the hot seats.
Hot seat time now, guys. Hot seat time. Random order. So now we're bringing everyone else up, which is places 1 through 8, of course, in random order. Jacob Turner, you have a big bass of 20.5 inches. Could that be the big bass of the event? We will see. But I believe we need you to come on up here and take the hot seat, and let's see what your total is. $84 inches. Wow, that's a nice total. 84 inches with a 20.5 inch largemouth. That's pretty impressive. I assume that didn't come out of the Susquehanna River, but you can tell us a little bit about this beautiful 20.5 inch largemouth, which is could be, we'll find out, the Boondocks big bass of the event.
Yeah, so I caught that at Spring Lake on a white jackhammer.
A white jackhammer, man. I tell you what, if this isn't like a unscripted commercial, just an organic commercial for Z-Man, I don't know what is. I don't know anyone who's really come up here and said they haven't caught something not on Z-Man products. So that's pretty impressive. Jackhammer always works. It was white. The Spring Lake, it seems like it would have been clear, even in, because there's not like a big creek or anything feeding it. So you used white because maybe it was cloudy and rainy?
That's right. I mean, that's what it seemed like would work. And pretty much I got there, I was getting bit immediately. I mean, I probably caught 15 bass that were 12 inches. So,
Yeah. Awesome. So it sounds like a fun event over there on the lake for you. Did you stay to the lake the entire day, or did you go to the river?
I started on the river, but it was way too flowing. It was crazy. So me and my buddy, we got off and we went. It was like an hour and a half to the lake, flooded roads.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
So this is what's cool about Kayak Adventure Series and kayak fishing, that you can move. Our outboard is basically like, I always call it my Tacoma outboard. Load up, go somewhere else. And it just shows why our trucks and our vehicles are so important to kayak fishing. We appreciate Toyota and their sponsorship of this event with the bonus bucks. If you have a 5-year newer Toyota truck and you win, you can win bonus bucks from Toyota. And we actually want to say a big thank you to the Williams Toyota of Sayre, who brought those beautiful 2 Toyota trucks, the Tundra and the Tacoma, out front that you guys have been checking out throughout the day. Appreciate those guys. But hey, that's an awesome job. You can take the hot seat, my friend. You were the first one to don the hot seat. We will see if you can get taken over, but I will pass you at least this, because we do know you win this. We don't know what place you're in yet, but we do know you win this. We will find out the big bass, and there's more, according to Jake. Big bass. Boondocks big bass. Let's see. Jacob Turner, 20 and a half. It was the big bass. Hey, look, you can't hate on it. It's a largemouth in the Susquehanna River tournament. You can't hate on it. It's a black bass. It all counts. He did the smartest strategy. He left the river, went to the lake, and scored that big bass. So that's pretty impressive. I wonder what the biggest bass of Spring Lake has ever been. I wonder if there's a record, if they've kept records. But I know, has anyone here ever fished Spring Lake before? It's local that knows of, did they get 23s, 22s in there? I don't know. But it's like a 50-something acre lake. I'm sure there's bigger ones than that, but looks like it was just big enough to win the Boondocks Big Bass Playing, which Jeff Little from Boondocks is here, and you're going to win the choice of the drifter or the landing gear. Is that right? The drifter or landing gear from Boondocks, and you're also going to win the Yak Attack gift card as well on top of that. So Yak Attack gift card and Boondocks Big Bass, yeah. Boondocks products there, drifter or landing gear. So you'll take your choice and take one of these home afterwards. So appreciate Boondocks for sponsoring us with those prizes. All right, Steve Baker, your big fish is 17.75 inches. That's your cue to start heading up here. And that is a big fish. We've already seen that on the screen, I believe, 17.75. Maybe we didn't. I don't know if we did. Probably not from team. Didn't have a photo, but beautiful smallmouth from the Susquehanna. Looks like the water's clear. It's before it got crazy out there. And let's talk about what happened out there. You've shared a little bit, but tell us a little bit about your day as an individual.
It was good. It was good. I didn't get anything going for the first couple hours, really. I had one very specific pattern that I was running. And yeah, like I said a little bit earlier, you just had to put a lot of miles in between each spot, because they were so specific and small. So, yeah.
How nervous were you when a couple hours in, knowing what's impending, knowing what's coming, that's going to rise at some point? It may be, we don't know, possibly unfishable, depending on where you chose to fish and how hard that rain fell. I mean, how nervous were you a couple hours in, not really having a ton of action?
I was nervous. Yeah. I don't particularly ever feel comfy, even when it's over. So, no, I mean, it was about to be expected, from what the conditions were. So, yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. I like to fish fast too, and I cover lots of miles. And I just wonder, people always say this, and I wonder, how many winning stringers have I just passed over? You know what I mean? Like just moving fast like that, and probably a lot. But my mentality and my personality, as Jeff Little has now clued us all in, it's a hummingbird. It's my spirit animal. It's me. So that's just how I skin the cat in terms of fishing and catching bass. And it works for me. We're all different. It obviously worked for you. So let's see. Let's find out, man. Did you take over this kayak fishing hot seat? 81 3/4 inches. So it doesn't look like you're going to take over the hot seat, but you're up here, which means you're in that top 10. And you can go take a seat right over there and come back, and we'll find out where you finish at the end of this whole thing. And you can grab your possible trophy and check Here's a video from Steve.
All day, every day.
All right, he's loving it. See, that's the attitude. I appreciate you guys all having such fun with this and such a good attitude. And there's no doubt, more than any other event, this was probably the biggest adventure. I don't know. We've had some crazy adventures. If you watch Jeff Little's video with Tim Perkins as they drug over log jam after log jam after log jam, I could keep going, but I'm going to stop there. It was a lot. And there's adventures on this Kayak Adventure series, which is why you need to be recording them so we can see those. Appreciate Steve for giving us that clip. Robert Weicker, 17 3/4 inches, beautiful smallmouth bass. Yeah, come on up, man. Come on up. Can't tell. It looks like the water's still pretty clear when you caught that as well. Early on in the tournament, looks like. And we will find out about this fish and how his day went. All right, Robert, let's give you your medallion here, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, what's your strategy? Do you want to share anything about where you went or how you got it done, any more than you've already shared from the X2 team division discussion?
Well, I spent 3 hours, didn't get a bite, and I was a nervous wreck because I hate moving water. No offense to all you river guys. I want to be offshore playing with my electronics in 50 foot of water, but so 3 hours in, I was underneath of a tree fishing the bank, and it was a tree probably as tall as this building and bigger around than us. It falls and lands 10 feet from me. The wave hits the kayak and throws me up up against the shore. I bailed out, went out and sat in the middle of the river, and I was like, this sucks. I'm going home, and couldn't get home because I was going the wrong direction. So I just grabbed a jackhammer or an Evo and just started chucking it.
Jackhammer
as far
Evo.
away from the trees as I could get, and that's when I realized they weren't as tight to the bank as I thought, and just started catching them.
That's cool, man. So it's not a requirement. This is not a prerequisite to fish the Kayak Adventure Series that you have to throw Z-Man stuff. I get they're our sponsor, but obviously that's what everyone is throwing. So it's crazy. So jackhammer works in muddy water, or the Evo, the new Evo. Sorry, not the jackhammer, but they both work obviously. But that's awesome. So I think you were catching fish. It sounds like just some current seams, and just they were very aggressive in feeding. And you went, in some areas that you caught some fish in clear water. But let's find out, most importantly, are you going to get a chance to sit in the hot seat? That's what I want to know. It's what we all want to know. Let's see. 82 inches, so not quite hot seat worthy, but an awesome, awesome day and an awesome finish. And so I guess you can take a seat, and we'll bring you back up and get your check and find out what place you finished in. Good job, Robert. Getting comfy over there, huh? I mean, you've survived a couple folks. This random order, you just never know what's going to happen. The winner could be up here next and take that seat. You just don't know. So, next we have a three-way tie. Tom Gilmore, Nate Hall, and Josh Sims coming up here. If you're any of those names. And Josh, that's right. Josh didn't make it back. He actually said he had to go. I think he said he got injured or something was hurting and he had to get back. So Josh didn't make it back to the awards, but a three-way tie. So we want to figure out how this three-way tie is going to be broken. Let's see. So we got Tom and Nate.
So just to break it down, it was 18-18 tie, and then we had a 17, so we had to go to the second fish, and the tiebreaker is the one on top, which we'll see in just a second.
So let's give them their medallions. Here you go. Take this. Is that what you call this, medallion? It's like the Olympics are happening right now, so this is perfect. We get to give you guys your medals. All right, so let's see. How's it going to shake down here? How do you guys want to do this? Go to the next slide and see. Tom Gilmore, a 17 3/4 inch fish, 81.5 inches. So that is not taking over the hot seat. Nate Hall, 18-inch fish. So I believe that wins the tiebreaker. Is that correct? 18-inch fish, or is it the next guy? Josh, I don't know. Let's see. 18 inches again. Okay, 81.5, 18 inches, and 18 inches. So that means it's between those two, Josh and Nate. So we got to go to the next fish. Next biggest fish. Well, surely they didn't tie again.
No, we're just trying to see if they make it on the hot seat. So unfortunately, 81.5 does not trump 84. And when we see the final standings, you'll see where you guys finished.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so they don't take over the hot seat. You guys have all ended at 81.5. Don't take over the hot seat, unfortunately, but a good day. And then we will find out. That's true. We'll find out where you guys finished and who won that tiebreaker when it's all said and done. So thanks for coming up here, guys, and go have a seat. Right? Actually, wait, let's talk to him. We didn't talk to him. Sorry. We got to talk to him a little bit here. We've talked to Nate already. You have anything else you want to comment on the experience here?
Not too much, except for the water did rise faster than I expected. I actually originally planned, I launched up way up north in New York.
Mhm.
I was going to start my day there, and then my plan was to single access, get back to my truck, and run downriver to kind of get ahead of the water coming down. Unfortunately, when I tried to get back up to the launch, it wasn't going to happen. I ended up just floating down the river as far as I could the rest of the day, trying to cover water to find more fish.
Nice. Well, it worked out. You're obviously up here for a reason. So great job to Nate. And what about your experience here? How'd it go? How'd you find the fish and end up on this stage in a tough tournament?
I mean, I live on the Delaware River, so moving water is kind of, this is what we
Yeah.
do. So I managed in pre-fishing. I lost a big fish in a little backwater with 3 little channels going out. Where the water came up, there was a down tree and created a current seam. I got 4 of the fish that I kept right off of that same spot.
Wow.
And then the second half of the day, I couldn't break 14.5. But caught a mess of fish. Rod was bent the whole time. Had a blast.
That's awesome. Did you guys learn something? You probably would have never gone fishing in these conditions, but now we learned that you can catch bass in almost any condition, and you became a better angler for it. And now if you ever experience anything similar, which I doubt it'll be this intense, right? But something similar to this, you're going to know how to catch them and where to find them. So congrats to both you guys, and we'll see how you finish here shortly. High five off the stage. Thanks, guys. Final 2? Are we there already? Yeah, that went fast there because you had the 3 tiebreakers and Josh didn't make it. So Ryan Parker, 19.5 inches. Ryan Parker coming up here. Now that deserves the Boondocks Big Bass Plane. Come on, smallmouth, Susquehanna. But, largemouth, smargemouth, it is what it is. Jacob, legally, you take home the bling, man. Ryan, you have been up on stage before, the Kayak Adventure Series. You won in where'd you win? Whitehall. You won at Whitehall. Yep, Wild Whitehall. So you're a winner there. So you got some good AOI points. So you continue to fish the trail, trying to get to that, hopefully AOI, that $10,000 prize, all that great stuff you win. You're on a roll with your teammate Steve Baker in the team division. And in this event, I mean, you're up here. It looks like the final 2. We're at the final 2. So last comments before we reveal the winner. Let's kind of hear a little bit more. Give us some juice, a little bit more of something else you haven't shared so we can take away something from this incredible performance that you guys have put up.
I found a spot in practice that was just
kind
of dumb luck. It was right where we put in, straight across channel, swing bank, bluff wall. I looked at it, I was like, of course I'd fish that. I run over there. In 4 casts, I caught 2 over 18. In 6 casts, I had 2 more bites I didn't set the hook on. All I could hope was nobody else found it, touched it, left it alone. I found that Wednesday morning, first thing on the water. Came back, kind of shook some dust, caught a few small ones, moved over there. And the first fish, the first big fish was at 19 and a half. And I was like, they're here. They're here. I caught my 4 biggest off that wall, and then it quit delivering. Was finally able to upgrade that little 12 later in the day. And our plan was to run back up and hammer that spot again, hoping it would reload and kind of share it. So Steve could catch some good ones and stuff like that. But we got back up to the creek we launched out of and no dice. It was crazy. Steve drove across the river trying to figure out if he could get back in. After my truck situation, I kind of decided I'd had enough. And I was like, look, if you get in a tight spot, just float down. I'll come pick you up. Like, I'll stay in self-service and call me. And we just, couldn't find a good way back in.
Yeah. Well, quick question. Jake, you mind coming up here real quick? I want to make sure we got something correct. You got a second? Come up here. Pause. This is where you put in the interlude.
Well, we do have a video.
We have a video. We can. Oh, there's another person. Oh, okay. So it's not the last 2. Oh, then don't worry about it. I was about to say, I was like, isn't there another person? Okay. So not the last 2 besides, I got you. So there's still 3 in the mix. Cool. We're good. Let's play this video.
Well, we're going to show his total first?
Yeah, let's show the total. Let's see if you're going to take over the kayak cushion. Oh, 90 inches. Dude, go sit down on the kayak cushion hot seat. And take this medallion, which you're used to putting around your neck there. So, wow. Figured somebody would finally take over the kite cushion hot seat.
19 and a half.
So you missed out on the GoPro Big Bass at Whitehall because you had a GoPro, something happened, your battery died or whatever. It's half fried, but you missed out again. You could have had potentially that or Jacob, but you guys could have filmed it and won the GoPro Hero 12 Black. So, all right, Brooke Williams. Where's Brooke? Come on up here, Brooke. There he is. Come on up, man. 19 inches. So now we know it's down to the final two. One of these two guys are going to take home the Fiesta on the Susky title. 19 inches, that's a beautiful looking smallmouth bass. Hey man, congratulations on that. What a fish. So let's hear about your time here. How did it go? Any stories you want to tell us about how you caught your fish and just figured out this puzzle that to me, it was kind of like a US Open in golf. Rough up to your knees, you know, greens as slick as this hard floor right here, but still somebody's got to win. Someone has to be mentally in it enough to win. And that's the challenge. This is why we love tournament fishing. So how in the world did you stay mentally in it and end up here on stage in the top two? ADHD. So that's his name. Brooke ADHD Williams.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. No, actually, we were able to get on the water 2 different times in the past couple of weeks. So
yep. Take it. Yeah. Just take it. Go for it. Tell us all about it.
We did a float a couple weeks ago from White Sox Bridge down about 11 miles to the next launch down. Kind of got comfortable with that area. Obviously, the water was a lot lower then.
Right.
Looked a lot different. And then a week later, we did Tunkhannock area, single access that, worked as far up as we could. You know, caught a lot of fish, just no size. But it was fun. We had a lot of fun, Tom Gilmore and I. So it was kind of trying to figure out what do we do from there, and then watching the whole storm situation and stuff like that. So we just kind of came down to the realization, let's go with what we know. Let's single access the Y Sox area and then figure it out from there.
Right.
Because I have a friend that can, you know, get us to where we need to go if we end up, you know, floating. So about an hour in yesterday morning, I had my limit. 18 3/4 was the big off of structure. Using a white spinner bait. I'll throw another name out. Sick Custom spinner bait.
There we go.
I ended
Something
up breaking
different.
that on something like a 15 or 16, and then I ended up switching over to the Z-Man sling blades, and then worked that for a while off of a bunch of logs and stuff like that where they were hanging out. And then after that, went up to Tom, like, you want to float? Absolutely. So we just
took off.
We just continued to go downstream. Switched over to the jackhammer with a white jackhammer with the white trailer. And it wasn't until I realized I wasn't really getting a lot of bites that I started burning it. It was kind of a mistake that I made by thumb chance.
Just reeling it in fast.
They just started grabbing the tail, and I'm like, you know, started catching fish. And then I started missing fish. So then I put a trailer hook on, and I started catching those fish more. So
nice.
I ended up starting to upgrade a couple 16 3/4. And then after that, second half of the float, I ended up finding a 19. So that was my last fish, and what we see on the screen right now. So that was an exciting thing.
That's awesome. So yeah, you were continually climbing all day long. You know, we all saw the leaderboard. We know, you know, your fish came early and you posted them, and you just keep climbing. We're just keep like, oh my goodness. And so we definitely want to give you this right here. And I want Ryan to, unfortunately, you won't get a chance to sit in the hot seat, but we might see if you end up there. So Ryan, we want you to come over here. We got to have you guys in the middle, and let's see if maybe, I don't know if it's actually plugged in or not. See if something is over here. Now my special effects not gonna, smoke machine's not turned on. Darn. But let's see, guys. Let's say you guys stay on either side of me right here. Here, one person over here, one person over here, and let's kind of figure out who is going to be the winner of the Fiesta on the Susky here in Towanda, Pennsylvania, the 4th stop in the Kayak Adventure Series. Go ahead and hit it, Billy. Let's see who our winner is. 88.75, which means Ryan Parker is the winner. Wow, what a comeback you made. Almost topped him. Woo! I bet you were nervous because
I've changed shirts
you were
once.
climbing up. You can take your second place trophy while you're here, and we'll get you your checks here later. You guys hang out there, and we'll get your checks. But Brian, dude, you've won 2 Kayak Adventure Series events. That's impressive. Yeah, that's impressive. So congrats, man.
Thank you.
And that means you, my friend, can put that one down if you want for a second, or maybe you can just hold it up there. You got all the hardware. Hold it all up. Yeah. So that's impressive. 90 inches. There we go. Wow. So now, how do you feel, and what's your thoughts about everything? I know you just found out, so you're processing and all. But what are your thoughts, and how does it feel?
A little weight off my shoulders. I changed shirts once today. Since last night, I think I woke up at 5 this morning after like 5.5 hours of sleep, and I was like, my brain just started going. Like, I just know what this river can shell out. So at 90 inches, I never felt safe, and just knowing I didn't have the last 2 hours, it was just constantly going through my head. If somebody finds them on that one last spot, it could be lights out.
Yeah.
In a matter of 5 casts. So
Absolutely, it can be. We heard the story. I mean, Mark Bradford's catching them late in the day still finding a spot, losing big ones. So people were moving to the lake late in the day and catching them. I mean, it was crazy. So it was all up in the air, and I understand how it feels to sleep on, an unknown leaderboard that's cut off. I've been there with Bassmaster as well, and was fortunate to end up like you winning. But it's a nerve-wracking feeling. And man, you've won 2, but let me tell you right now, AOI race isn't even close from being done, because you certainly have 2 wins. So that's 100 points. That's 200 points. But it actually is going to end up at Broodstock what your score is there, because other people might have 2 good finishes. And if you don't do well at Broodstock, they could leapfrog you, or, I mean, it's in your hands, obviously. If you do well at Broodstock, you could close the door. So I think you're pretty excited about it. What about Wisconsin River Fest? You going to try to go there? I mean, you really can't upgrade, but that's a pretty incredible fishery. You're going to try to make it out there for the team, or any other reason?
I want to go because of the fishery it is.
Yeah.
If you have a chance, get up there.
Yeah.
Especially if you like smallmouth.
We're picking these fisheries for a reason, guys. They have giant fish, and they're a ton of fun, as you guys saw here and experienced here all week long pre-fishing. I know some people like Brian Butcher, you even said, dude, this trip was worth it just for the pre-fishing this week. It was so incredible with the cloud cover and the way, and we saw some cool videos. We might, as we exit here, we're going to show another video. We'll probably put the video on. Jacob put together about a 10, 15-minute video, and Cole had some incredible footage from on the river, some topwater bites. It was an incredible week here. You're a great champion. We appreciate all that you do and all the promotion of the Kayak Adventure Series. And before we leave, we will announce the top 10 so you guys know what place you're in. And we're going to raffle off the kayak, and a special announcement from Dr. Nathan Rigner, the Director of Outdoor Recreation for the state of Pennsylvania. We're going to put it right here on the screen. We might just announce where Broodstock 2 will be in 2025. So you want to come to the side here, Ryan, and we will announce that. Yep, top 10 right now is going to be, we'll announce it. Ryan Parker, 90 inches. Brooke Williams, 88.75. Jacob Turner, 84 even for third place. Fourth place, Robert Weicker, 82. Fifth place, Steve Baker, 81 3/4. Nate Hall in sixth. Josh Sims, come on, this is in seventh. And Tom Gilmore in eighth. Those are your paid anglers at the event here, guys. You guys will get your checks right here as you walk off the stage. Yeah, round of applause.
And give it up for the champion, 2-time Kayak Adventure Series winner, Ryan Parker.
Okay, top 5. Let's get a picture here. We also want one at the real quick top 5. Get a picture on the stage, and then we'll get another one at the backdrop afterwards, and then we'll do this quick announcement and raffle off a kayak. Looking here at the table, I think we gave everything away we were supposed to. That's Josh Sims' medallion. All right, top 5. Let's get a picture real quick. The Fiesta on the Susky winners, top 5 trophy recipients. They weathered the storm and came out on top and proved you can catch bass in almost anything, in any condition. Very impressive. This wasn't easy. I can't wait to hear all the stories. You might even end up on Jigs and Bigs podcast recapping this, guys. A couple of you guys, who knows? Who knows? Might end up on Alex Rudd's podcast. I'm not sure. We got lots of podcasters. Maybe the Catch podcast. We want to hear the stories from this. Don't forget, tag Kayak Adventure Series and tag GoPro, and you will end up potentially winning $1,000 in the latest GoPro with any clip. Doesn't even matter if it was a clip you got at an event. Just anytime you go fishing this year, fun fishing, and film yourself, post a clip. It doesn't have to be an edit, just a clip. Tag Kayak Adventure Series, tag at GoPro. On Instagram, we're going to give somebody a GoPro, the latest GoPro, which is the next edition of GoPro at Broodstock. I don't know if it's a Hero 13 or whatever they'll call it, but the next one plus $1,000. So do not forget to do that. And if you want to submit an epic edit to go to the website, go submit footage, and we will possibly give you a GoPro Hero 12 Black for the epic edit as well. So now we got the raffle tickets here. Hans is going to come on up. We're going to give it away. You guys can walk off stage, and if you want, we can. Jake will give you your checks. They're all right there.
Let all these locals know that the Buckeye House had 5 top 10s and 7 checks.
The locals should know the Buckeye House, the Ohio guys, had 5 top 10s and 7 checks. So they came to represent, that's for sure. And they kind of took home field away, home field advantage, I should say. So, all right, let's see. Hans, where you at? You up here yet? Come on over here. Let's raffle off a kayak. We raised a lot of money for pediatric cancer. That was awesome. We appreciate you guys. Let's quickly say something about Bonafide and how you guys feel about the series and, of course, the company as a whole, and let's give it away.
Cool. Thanks, Drew. Honestly, this adventure series is exactly what the RVR was built for. And
it's true.
When you approached me about this, I thought that was great. This is just thanks for letting us support your series, and we do both. At Bonafide we do ultimate fishability.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just trying to make boats that let you have your adventure.
Yeah.
So get you on the water wherever your water is and what you like to do. We've got a bunch of models that do that.
Can do it. Yeah.
Thanks for letting us do this. This is cool. Can't wait to give one away. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
You want to shake it up real good?
Yeah, I'll shake it up here.
Shake it up real good.
I'll stir it up, so who knows? All right.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna reach down to the bottom.
Reach down.
We got the name looks S. Ryan.
S. Ryan.
J. Ryan. It's Jason Ryan.
Jason Ryan.
He donated his entire entry fee to raffle tickets.
Okay, here we'll announce that.
Yeah.
So Jason Ryan, you were the winner. You're not here, but you donated your entire entry fee when you decided, hey, I'm gonna not risk the storm, which good call, bad call sort of thing. Definitely you missed out on a storm, but you won the kayak, the Bonafide RVR 119, for being so generous and donating to pediatric cancer to the Punt Foundation. Of course, you're going to win the Bonafide RVR 119. So we'll get that to you. I don't know where he lives. I don't know if you know where he lives.
He's watching live.
He's watching. Okay.
He says, woo! And he says, hell yeah.
Okay. Woohoo and hell yeah. Good job, man. That's awesome. Congrats. So thanks to you guys, Hans, and appreciate you guys supporting us with that. And can't wait to see what happens in the future with this series and Bonafide, what you come out with next, because XTR is causing enough stir, so who knows what's going to happen next. We don't have a clue. So, all right, thank you guys. Now, to announce one last thing before we get over to have Flying Taco tonight for dinner, we got a special video.
Hi, my name is Andy Rigger, and I'm the Director of Outdoor Recreation at the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I want to welcome you here to our fine state and thank you for having spent a couple of days on the mighty Susquehanna fishing and boating here. We hope you had a great time in the Broodmaster competition. Fishing and boating adds $600 million to our economy every year here in Pennsylvania, and we are incredibly appreciative of it. Outdoor recreation, like what you are participating here, is a driver of our economy, and it helps connect nature and our communities. The best news in all of this is that next year you'll be back. Broodmasters 2
Broodstock
in the Kayak Adventure Series, going to be hosted in the magnificent Oil Region National Heritage Area in beautiful Franklin, Pennsylvania. You'll be on the amazing Allegheny River and its surrounding lakes. look forward to having you back. We wish all of the competitors good luck next year, and we thank you for having spent some time here in Pennsylvania.
Woo! All right. At the PA, there might be a slide accompanying that. Might be one quick slide. You guys can see. We'll be back for Broodstock 2 in Pennsylvania, an Allegheny adventure in Franklin, Pennsylvania, with about, I don't know how many lakes, but at least many of the lakes in the area within an hour, as you can see right there. And there are some giant smallmouth and, pull a Jacob, largemouth, surprisingly big largemouth in some of these waters as well. That will be an interesting dichotomy to see who can be what we're calling now, thanks to Dr. Rigner with that slip of tongue. It's not Broodstock, not Broodmaster, it's Broodstock. We are now going to be calling the winner of Broodstock. And everyone, including our first one this year, you will be the first Broodmaster. Broodmaster 1 and Broodmaster 2 will be done I'll turn the slide on, in Franklin, Pennsylvania. The Oil Region Alliance are hosting us there. So we appreciate you guys, and we can't wait to see you guys on the other side of the state, where I think it doesn't get as much publicity and whatnot. But Aaron Proper, you've helped us kind of make that happen. And you guys know Nate Hall, there's a bunch of you guys that came from that side of the state. Ryan, Van Tyne, Phil. The fishing is pretty epic over there as well. So you guys are going to be shocked when you get there for the size fish you're going to catch and how beautiful it is. So, question? You have the team check. Oh, the team checks. So get your team checks as well. And that is, I believe, unless anybody can correct me, Billy or Jake, now that we've announced the Broodstock 2, we have one more tournament stop to announce next year. We have the dates for it. That one's in June 6th and 7th, somewhere around there. I could be wrong on those dates, but the first weekend of June, basically, next year we have one more stop to announce, but at least we know where Broodstock 2 is going to be, right here in the state of Pennsylvania. So we will see you guys at the Flying Taco eventually. If you want to stick around, you have a chance to help us wrap a few things up and pack some things up, you're welcome to. If you need to get on the road, obviously go for it, get back. But let's enjoy Towanda one last evening if you can. And let's get photos for all the winners at the backdrop at the end. So let's give everyone a round of applause and for toughing it out and having a great event. Thank you to Jake and Billy. Thank you to Jake and Billy, Bobby Roast Beef and Jigs and Bigs, everybody here. Thank you to those guys. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you to all my family. Make